questions in Spanish, guys. We'll take right at the end, please. Mike, thanks, guys.
Hi, Pep. Was that a fitting end to your first season at this stadium? And do you think after 3 straight wins that you solved the issues you had at home this season, or you're not reading too much into that?
Well, first of all, thank you. Sorry for the late, but Tony Pulis is Tony Pulis, and the red wine is a red wine. So sorry for that. Our home season was not good, so we finished the last 3 games in a good performance. The last one against Leicester was not outstanding in the second half, but it was not good. The reason why we didn't fight until the end of the season, it was because at home we dropped a lot of points. But it was a perfect night in terms, especially for Pablo. It's my first year here, but when I see what I saw tonight, I realized immediately how important and how impactful was that guy for that club. Seeing women's cry on the videos means a lot. So he put on the heart on the field. So it was a perfect night, I think, for him, for his family, and absolutely is a legend for that club. Like Joe Hart, like Vincent Kompany, like today, like Sergio Agüero, like these guys for the long time. He created that club and special. And about our performance, I think it was a resume of the year. So we played good against one of the stronger physical teams. The way we played, a lot of control. We conceded just 2 corners and 2 free kicks. And we create, I don't know how many chances, and we concede 1, and we receive 1 goal, and we didn't score the goal we deserve. So it was a resume of the year. Hopefully next season we arrive. I want to personalize today overall Pablo against Vincent Kompany, how amazing he played the last 8 games. I think it's the 8th game in a row he can play. Never happened in the last years. And especially Sergio Agüero. Sergio didn't score today, but he helped us to make an assist. Like a team like defend man-to-man, you have to play a lot with a striker, and he made the assist, the first goal, to pass to Kevin. The second one and the third one, the double pass with Yaya. So I think both play amazing. So it was a good night to finish at the stadium with a good victory. And now we are in our hands to finish 3rd. We're going to travel to London to win the game. I would not say it's done in the 4th position, but of course Arsenal has to win 5 or 6-0 to qualify 4th against the Everton of my friend Ronald Koeman. But we are there. So we are going to travel in London to play good performance like today and finish 3rd and go direct to the Champions League.
Pep, you mentioned Sergio there. Was that probably the most sort of complete performance you've seen from him since you came to this club? And he obviously just dragged West Brom's defence all over the place with his positioning, and it was almost like a false 9 for
No,
you.
since it was a part of the season when we decide for the Premier League keys in the defenders, the Premier League, especially the teams we defend man to man. Like it doesn't matter where David go, Fletcher follow him. When it doesn't matter what Kevin go, Livermore follow him. So we decide to pass or to play more with Sergio. Sergio always I saw from outside when I play against him against Atletico Madrid and against Bayern Munich, against Manchester United. He was a guy who in the box to score a goal, and I try to be involved in our game, to be involved in part of defensively and in part and especially to help us. Because I think he has the quality not just to score a goal, to involve in the process, get out for the central defenders, to create the space behind the central defenders if the central defenders decide to follow him, and has the quality to give that and make the pass. So he made a goal, and that's why I'm so happy today, because he didn't score a goal, but he played amazing, and he would like to be involved on that. So it's not necessary to help the team. And to feel that your teammates, especially your teammates, and the manager or staff on the club are happy not just with your score or another score. And today played really, really, really good. It was an amazing performance.
Was that Guardiola's now position and got to the byline and cross. Was that what you wanted to see more this season, but just not had that?
No, I like the strikers don't be there like a post. I like to be involved in our process, but I like when we arrive by line to be there. So I like the strikers arrive to the positions, not stay in the positions. And I think Sergio today made it amazing. And of course, help us for the movements to come in on like this. So when I see that, for example, the last 8 games, so wow, with Vincent, what would have happened too, no? Because so how many times the long balls, they win the duels. And he's a guy who the last 2-3 years, he was not involved in the team, was all the time injured. And when you compete against teams in the Premier League, in the big clubs, you need the top players. And Vincent is top player to put pressure to the other ones. So we played most of the times with Kolarov. Kolarov was amazing, like a central defender that season. But he's not a central defender. But he played amazing central defender, especially with the team who would defend deep, who the build-up is good for the long passes between the lines. But we played just with John and Nico. And company, we need company to put pressure to the other one. So they need to compete between each other, and especially in the boxes with the absence for Gabriel Jesus, the absence from Vini, we miss this kind of situations. But hopefully next season we can improve and to be close for the 2 or 3 teams were above of us. But we are in our hands to finish 3rd and go direct to the Champions League again. We cannot forget that Manchester City was more than 30 years not playing in Europe. In the last 5-6 years, every year is there. And that means a lot. That means a lot for the club. That is a step. In 1 year, we will achieve that step. And when we achieve that step, the next season will be easier. It will be easier. But we have to do it, and hopefully next season, for the whole effort we're going to do, we can achieve it.
Pep, it's a linked question really to James's. About Sergio. Do you feel that his game is different now to what it was when you arrived? Is he a different striker than he was when you arrived?
That is a good question for him. He has to answer that. I don't know if his English is quite fluently to answer that, but I think it's a question for him. I tried.
He doesn't speak to us.
I tried. What?
He doesn't speak to us.
That is your fault, Simon. They deserve that.
Yeah.
He's so shy.
Me and you will speak to him.
He's so shy. He's so shy. So it's a question for him. So I try. So I played with I don't like the strikers to be there, just waiting across because Sergio is not tall enough to win the duels in the box. He's a guy to move, and I like the strikers be involved in defensive and offensive, and I like 2 defenders to be involved in defensive and creating chances. You know, so when I see Nico is not his biggest quality, but even Vincent go to the ball to provoke some movement there to pass the ball. I love that. I love that. The people say, "Wow, but you lose the ball, it's a risk." It's not a risk. It's not a risk. Because today showed me again. So how many times they cross the ball in the box, West Brom, when it's the toughest team with Watford or Barley, to nothing, 1 or 2 or 3 chances. That way we control that. We control. We had the game in our hands today. So more or less, the game was there. Every time we lose the ball, we're there. Rowena win. We lose the ball, Rowena again. And that's helped us to attack again. It's attack again. And the effort was the 5-10 meters, not the 45, the 5-10 meters. Fullbacks were in the position, the wingers were in the position. And that's why they help us a lot. But again, they arrive 1 to score a goal, and we arrive a lot to score just 3. And the game it was for 5 or 6 or 7. But it was what happened next season. But I'm pretty sure next season we will improve on that. Because I know more the players know me more. And we're going to change something, and we're going to try to be better next season.
Pep, Manuel Pellegrini used to always say that Sergio was just behind Messi and Ronaldo. He was that close to being a World Player of the Year contender, which is why we've probably been so surprised when you said that he needed to improve and change. Do you think you can make him that type of player to actually challenge those 2 as the best player in the world?
Maybe the players don't believe me, but believe me, what I like the most when I try the most is try to help them. That is what I want. In my point of view, maybe with the guys with that doesn't play too much, I cannot help them. The Tony Pulis told me a few minutes ago, so we have 60 players, 70 players in the squad. That is my dream, that everybody is involved. But when you play 3-4 competitions and you have a players like Company, for example, we need a backup because the last 2-3 years was injured. You have a Fabian Delph, which I love him. We play against Hull City, the main person, but he's injured a lot. So we need more players. And when that's happened, most of the players are in the tribune. Today I cry when Nolito, Bakary Sagna, Aleix, and all the players, Tozin, all the players are out. So it's tough. It's so complicated for all the managers in the world. But I try to help Sergio from the beginning to be more part of a game, not just to top score. Because I learned from Barcelona when I arrived. I met players with 28, 29 players, and they learn. They made things that before they didn't because they were open-minded, and we held them to create, and they see new things, and that is wow. That is good, and I think Sergio can be a better player, but not Sergio. I think except one player in the world cannot improve because he knows absolutely everything. Everything. It's like a guy who go to the school, and the teacher teach the lesson, and the lesson I already know. So he has not improved, and you know which guy it is. The other ones always they can improve. They can improve. The managers too, but the players too.
A question in Spanish, please.
Molts cops s'ha dit que a Anglaterra tenen un gran tracte i un gran respecte per les llegendes, que les saben cuidar tots molt bé. Què et diu la d'avui, com la valores i què se'n pot aprendre per altres països que no es té tant, això?
No, primer veure el Pablo i la seva família. Dono les gràcies al club per haver-li fet aquest tan maco homenatge. És una llegenda, el club aquest. Si és alguna especial és perquè té jugadors, els grups són grans per als jugadors que han tingut i el Pablo és un d'ells. Ho han fet perfecte, tant ell com allò, i ha sigut una nit perfecta en aquest sentit. Hem guanyat, hem jugat molt bé i el Pablo ha tingut l'adeu a casa que es mereix.
So what can you say about the whole tribute to Pablo Zabaleta at the end of the match? Well, seeing Pablo and his family, I have to be very grateful for the club for the tribute to him. He's a legend for this club, and this club is so special because players like Pablo Zabaleta, for me, was a perfect tribute and a perfect night because we won and Pablo got the farewell he deserved.
Okay, cheers guys.